The Four Horsemen, the pale gold rider, mostly known to be with Anakim and the Egyptians, or Muslims, the Moloch, the baited bull on Jormangandr for the leviathan, Matthew to eat, and being in the union with the whales, or Illuminati, same thing, associated to a gatekeeper fishing and herding his whales, or shepherding, uh, herding his whales. And the leviathan is a disturbance of the whales in Jormangandr. It is Moloch as Hangman, a bull hanging from a rope, hanging on the tree of Judah, Judah be in heaven, and Levi, the Leviathan, be here upon the earth in the flesh, like I explained with Jesus Christ being reborn in Matthew and living in the flesh. It was said that Jesus was a shepherd, a great healer, and a host and party tender of many parties, many feasts and festivities and drinks of all sorts, wine and other beverages, water, stuff like that. And in ministering the word of God, and literatures that were passed down from the fathers and the fathers and the fathers and the fathers and the fathers, and what it is upon our body made for the eating, or eternal bliss, or eternal blessings in all forms of good, bad, and ugly, that we may know God and um, his adventures to know the fathers of the fathers of the fathers, and so on. They say that Jesus was a part of the true vine with theif and Satan at the birth of Adam and Eve, which was the dying of God and then dying back into God through Jesus Christ, um, buying you back, when the said bought government, who pays for the child, the Herod, who immediately seeks out the child of the star. Um, Jormangandr is a part of the White Rider in the form of Hangman. It is the Muslim Moloch hanging on a rope with a bull, and the Leviathan amidst the well to eat that bull, grab a hold of it, and go crazy, trying to break the line. Uh, when you're coveted, that's the same form as being hooked by a lion, or a Moloch, or a Muslim hangman on the tree of Judah, also known as Levi, going ape crazy and doing a lot of foolish things in order for you to spread out, understanding that in this hangman, mostly musicians or great artists or world leaders, they have large divinations in many people, and especially when the hangman gets a hold of an innocent man, and like Jesus, and crosses him, and in that crossing, a great destruction of all those in that hangman's divination. This is This is the analogy of the white rider in Judah and the pale gold rider in uh, believed to be a Canaanite. The curse in uh, the curse in Judah is a Canaanite. In the Bible, that's what it says. I'm not 100% sure, but in my analogy of Jormangandr with the leviathan eating the baited bull, is the same thing as being coveted and going crazy trying to break the line, and going crazy trying to break the line. You have stirred the wells in the analogy, wrote letters to governing systems, and uh, made phone calls, did all kinds of stuff, departments of justices, health and human services, lawyers, attorneys. You stirred a whole world system of uh, people doing bad things to you purposely for no reason, really, other than beating you down for your testimony. And after the testimony, beating you down some more for whatever purpose. This is how it's said with Jesus Christ in the literature of the fathers and uh, the said prophecies that they had written about the end. And in this said prophecy, I believe it to be the hangman hooked by a Muslim, Moloch, a Moloch, a bull. And that hangman in Judah is a part of Levi, reborn in Jesus Christ. And that was Matthew put to a cross in the earth as flesh, and Jesus Christ within, reborn in heaven and edified as the many saints or many hangmans, many Moloch on the tree of Judah, the Muslims mostly. Um, I call everything with darkness in their eyes, or from the brown all the way. If it doesn't have a rational color of like blue, green, I consider it to be a Muslim, something that is not uh, of a full breed. It's a full breed in its class, but uh, Muslim still. I'm not. I'm not sure how to put it. Moloch is the best way to put it. Somebody who has a lot of money in livestock sacrifice on a man hanging on a rope, hoping that the Leviathan will, in its covet, act crazy and do a lot of stupid stuff and stir the wells, which is the Illuminati in a lame man's term. I'm I'm an injured head, and so I call it a lame man's term, or layman's term, layman's. But whatever the case, the bull hanging on a rope, hoping that the Leviathan eats it, goes stir crazy and stirs the wells, looking for some kind of freedom from the covet in the law, in the Illuminati churches, in the hangman who hanged himself on Judah, also known as Levi, the lawless in America when the Constitution is set for freedom from terrorisms like this. If it is a terrorism, that is the case. It's not in all cases a terrorism. Hangman is not necessarily bad. It is just uh, practice in the form of law with all of the children that was used in the livestock sacrifice, all of the children of Beowulf, Odin, all of the children in the houses that were divided, and use. All of those children are still known well by the spirit, um, by the Antichrist who is with omniscience, and it can lead to a great destruction. I just taking a second to the the bull, Odin, darkness, eyes nowadays probably used to have light, but Moloch, Muslim, darkness, the dark union, Jormangandr.